What's up, everyone? It is your girl Gel Beauty 87 here, aka Grace, and today we're gonna get into the Danessa Myricks Volume 4 Transcendence palette. It says Illuminating Eye and Face Pigments. So, if you all remember, I did not get the Volume 3 of this one, so I ended up having to buy the smaller version when it came out this year, so it just doesn't have the pressed chrome flakes in it or pressed glitter that they had in it. So I'll show them side by side, starting off with, of course. So here's what both of them look like side by side. I think the new one looks so much more stunning than the smaller one I have. However, you know, I'm glad to have both. I'm gonna try to find somebody on Bakerie selling like the bigger one, just so I can see the comparison between like the shades in that one and the shades in this one. But this palette retails for, like I said, $125. Let's go over to Sephora and see what it is. Funny story. So Sephora sent me the wrong palette. When I ordered this palette, I was supposed to get mine Thursday. They sent me the one from Patrick Starr and said his Fantasia collection palette. They sent me that instead of sending me my Danessa Myricks palette. So I was supposed to have this up like Friday of this week, but I didn't get a chance to because, you know, I had to return Patrick's palette and then wait for them to mail this palette again. So it says it is a multi-use palette curated with 14 color shifting chromatic shades and an array of translucent luxe finishes. Immerse yourself in a world of multi-chromes. This palette is curated with 4 unique finishes and textures, allowing you to layer and build chrome and high shine color in varying tendencies. 8 velvet chrome powders deliver a ultra chromatic, color shifting, velvety smooth look. 2 best-selling pressed chrome flake shades added an ultra metallic multi-tonal finish. 2 glass metallic ultra reflective shades dazzle with glass-like shine, and 2 water activated aqua chrome reveal smudge proof vivid dual chrome color. So that's what's contained in this palette. I have the little card that shows me which ones are for like which formula, because otherwise obviously I wouldn't know. But I'm gonna start off by showing all the palettes side by side. We showed the original palette that the second palette that came out recently with it. Now I'm just gonna show you all some other palettes that I have in my collection. Of course, my battery wants to die on the camera, so I will be right back, girl. So like I was saying, I'm gonna start off showing these with other palettes. So I got the All I Ever Wanted from Unearthly Cosmetics. So we hold up alongside Miss Danessa Myricks here, just so you can see the similarities of these. Sorry, there we go. That's what they look like side by side. This is Volume 1, because of course we all know they came out with Volume 2. If you're a fan of the brand like I am, then you know. So now I'm gonna show you All I Ever Wanted Volume 2, which I feel like is actually more similar to this palette than people might realize. And this one's only, I think, $76, maybe $82. I'm not exactly sure. So if y'all want a main chick, side chick, or a battle of love with both of these, let me know. But you have to keep in mind that there are different finishes in Danessa's palette versus this palette. But I'm feeling like the color stories look similar enough, and I'm gonna do a comparison as far as swatches go on either my Instagram stories or my TikTok or something like that. I don't know, but here's what both of them look like side by side. I think I might just make it a short here on YouTube, because I feel like it'll be easier. So let's put this aside. Next, I have the Plain Jane palette from one of my favorite brands. This is from Mented Cosmetics. I love their shimmer form. It's absolutely stunning. Here is what it looks like alongside this palette. So I don't feel like they look that similar, but again, since I have these type of shadows, I want to compare them to the other ones. I'm gonna take a day, at least try to take a day where I just swatch all this stuff and put it on my Instagram story, or maybe I'll make a what do you call it, a reel of each one on Instagram and do that, and then make a long video on TikTok and do that together. Next, I have my all-time favorite. Now this is my all-time favorite palette from this brand. This has been hyped and I absolutely love the color story of this. Y'all know I live for purple moments, so I just love this palette so much. Whenever I need an extra shimmery sparkle, be purple to put on the lid, and I feel like my other purples aren't doing it, I immediately reach for this palette, because this palette always does it for me. I mean, always does it for me. And now let's get into a little bit smaller. So I'm gonna start off with the last Unearthly Cosmetics one I have. This is the Don't Be Jelly. Now I have the original Don't Be Jelly when they first came out with it under the brand Alien. They essentially had to change to Unearthly. So this is what both of them look like side by side. And again, I feel like these look somewhat similar to that one. So I'll have to put this aside and do special comparisons to both of these, because again, I feel like some of the shades are similar. Some multi-chromes are just really popular shades, and so lots of brands make that shade and they're just personal formulas. So I feel like those look similar. Next, we're going to use the Breaking the Rules palette from It's Belle Cosmetics. So here is both of them side by side. And these look kind of similar too now. But this palette to me just seems like a miniature version of the All I Ever Wanted palette from Unearthly. But here's what they look like side by side. I hope the lights aren't too bright and blinding and making them look different than they are. If they are, my apologies. The last one I have is Dawn of Fall. I love this palette for fall when it comes to having a shimmer palette to go with like some mattes. So this is what it looks like alongside this palette. Okay, y'all, so let me do a few swatches of some of these things and I'll try to tell you the finishes as I go and make sure I'm looking and have it turned up. Okay, so the top row has 4 velvet chromes and a glass metallic. So I'm going to do the velvet chromes first and then I'll do the glass metallic. I know I'm going to do swatches, so who am I? I don't know. I'm swatching the back of my hand. If y'all want a eye swatch video after I do a video of the looks, let me know and I'll do the eye swatch video tomorrow when I get off work or later on this week and have it go up before the end of the week is up. It's just, girl, I'm not in mood today, girl. Just no. It's been a long day. My car decided it needed to have a flat tire when I came out of my grandma's house this morning, so I had to go deal with that. I didn't get to go to Indiana and get my gas like I normally do while I'm out here, and now it's the middle of the night, so obviously I'm not going to go do that. So it's just a whole thing. Okay, so this glass shade kind of seems like a pressed glitter, if you will, that just might have shifts in it. So I'm already not liking that. So here are the shades. So the purple one is Trance. The one next to that one is Nirvana. Then we have Sixth Sense, which is this one right here, and then this one is Out of Body, and this is the glass one I was telling you about. It's called Divinity. I feel like it just seems like it's a pressed glitter. That's the formula that it's giving me when I swatched it. So, and put my hand in it, it's kind of gritty and, like I said, pressed glitter-esque, if you will. So I wasn't super excited about it, but you know, we'll see how that goes. Then I'll do the bottom row. Let's get into that row now. And that row has 1 glass metallic again and 4 velvet chromes. So now we're gonna do the bottom row. Let me see where I'm gonna swatch that. Good Lord. I guess I'll swatch those on the inside of my hand. So yeah, we'll do Zen. Then we'll do Trippy. Okay, that's the color tone. We need to do Escapism and Awakening. Awakening and Trance are looking similar to me, in my personal opinion. I feel like there's more purple pulling through in it than the other one. You haven't seen it yet, but when you see it, maybe you'll see what I'm talking about. But I'm gonna have to turn my hand around so you can see the difference. And then I'm swatching the the glass metallic shade now. It's called Angels. So here's the inside of my hand now. So this is the glass metallic shade called Angels. This one is Awakening, the one I was telling you about that looks really similar to Trance in my personal opinion. This shade is Escapism. This one is Trippy. And then the first one is Zen. So see if I can shift my hand and see if you see any changes in it. But see what I'm saying? Like the shade Trance right here. I mean, it doesn't have the blue pull to it. It has more of an orangish pull to it in my personal opinion. But the shade, what is it? Out of Body has a similar pull to it, in my personal opinion, to the shade Awakening. But since I swatched them the way I swatched them, you can't see them side by side. But I'll try to do comparisons after I get a look together, put on my eyes. I'm going to go get a wipe to wipe my hand off so we can do these chromes. And then I will be right back. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, so I got the 2 pressed, what are these? Pressed chrome flakes on my hand right now. So this is the shade Heaven. And this is the shade Paradise. Now, I did take a lot to like rub them in, so I feel like the middle row is supposed to, you're supposed to like wet your brush and then go in with it. That's the vibe it's giving me, because these other ones are completely like dry. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take the setting spray I use to, like, you know, set my face, if you will, and then take a brush and see how it works with getting product off once I do it that way. I sprayed my brush and I'm brushing into the product, but I don't feel like it's giving me a lot of product off it. But I didn't spray the brush a lot in order to pick up a lot of product either. So I might need to, like, you know how you have to drench your brush and stuff? I feel like that's what it is. But it's like I hate doing stuff like that because I don't want like the product to get hard panned or something happen to it, especially since it's a $125 palette. So I'm over here like, ooh. But I guess it's getting the job done. Or maybe I should have actually used water instead of setting spray. And that's what the problem is. I don't know. Yeah, so I got some up finally, but it took quite a bit to get it up. So I'm like, So here's one of the shades. This is the shade Illusion. So I feel like this is going to be more like if you want to do like dual chrome liner type work, I guess. This would be good for that, but I don't see this as one I'm going to actually put on my lid. Like, I feel like this would be like just a cake liner type situation for me. And I don't know how often I'm going to use this one. So I guess it's good I didn't get the original palette because I heard it had shades like this in it and people weren't necessarily crazy about it. I'm going to spray the other side of the brush now. Just drench it real quick just so we can get this other side done. Because it was a lot of comparisons to do in this video. So I'm in the shade Aurora now. Okay, there we go. So that one's that one's coming off way easier. But it's like really watery and I'm not liking that, so I don't know if too much of like the product got in there, but it's going on much smoother and easily. So that's the shade Aurora right here. And that is all the shades in the palette. So I'm gonna go off camera and like do an eye look. Now please keep in mind, y'all know I'm not just doing an all shimmer look, that ain't happening. But I am going to try to utilize like one of these as a cake liner type thing so we can try to use just about everything in here. So I'm going to try to take one of the metallic shades. I'll probably try to put the glittery shade in the inner corner on top of one of these velvet shades. I'm going to try to put the chrome on the lid, and I'm going to try to make like a liner situation out of one of these two aqua chromes just so we can get an idea of what to do. Or I might just run underneath my lower lash line to have it to use, so that way I can say I used every formula in the palette, because I want you all to see how all the formulas work, but at the same time I'm just kind of like, I can already see on that I'm not like in the aqua chrome. If I had to take anything out of here, I would take the aqua chromes out. But like I said, they can be good for like using as colorful eyeliners, and since I don't have a lot of colorful eyeliners, they'll come in handy with that. So I'm going to use my Colored Rain Vivid Pressed Pigments and Shadows palette for mattes. I don't know what kind of matte I'm going to use yet, but we will be using this palette to do so. But if you're curious on my eyes right now, I actually have on the Colored Rain Thunder palette. They just came out with a all blue tone palette, and this is like the blue smoky eye that I gave y'all in the last video. Now I'm going to go off camera, get my life in order, and give y'all an eye, and then we can come back and do a look with this palette. Okay, girl? Okay. Okay, y'all, so this is what I'm working with. I took 3 shades out of this palette. I decided we just need to do a blue-green moment. I mean, big surprise, it's me, right? So I took the shade Unbothered, and I took the 2 greens Level Up and Squad out of this palette, and that's how we got the mattes we got going on. What I did was that liner I was talking about, I just ran on the lower lash line, so just in case I didn't like the way it looked on the lid, I didn't mess up the whole look, but I still need to put some on the lower lash line since it's my last eye look of the night. So that's how we worked that out. So I used these 2 shades right here. Then I used basically all the greenish shades. So I used the shade Zen, Trippy. No, I didn't use Trippy, sorry. I used Zen, I used Sixth Sense, and then I used Escapism to create this eye we have going on now. So let's get into it, girl. So let me start off with the right palette because I need all my mattes out the way first. Okay, so let's take the shade Unbothered and get to work, girl. But yeah, so I meant to have this video up Friday, not Sunday, but you know, when people mess up your order, you gotta do what you gotta do. I've had a lot of people messing up my orders recently. Like I ordered some shoes from this brand. I talked about it in another video. I don't know if that video went live yet that I talked about it in, but like they had this 50% off, so I have been looking at the brand for a while. I was gonna buy something from their last sale. I ended up not buying, and I waited. Then they ended up having a warehouse sale on the week of Adrian's birthday. Now the brand is here in Chicago, and the warehouse sale was like downtown. But obviously it's my son's birthday. I'm not about to go like this warehouse sale trying to go shopping when I was taking him out with his best friend. So I took him out with his best friend instead. Y'all know I went to the Ice Cream Museum. You can follow me on TikTok, or you saw my Instagram story, then you know I took Adrian to the Ice Cream Museum for his 13th birthday with his best friend. So the next day they had one more day if you were able to come in, but again, obviously I had to go to work the next day, so I was like, I couldn't go then either. I'm just taking the darkest shade Suede now to start off with. But yeah, so I didn't get to go then either. So they had a 50% off sale online for exclusive members, and I was like a member of the list from the last time. So I ordered my stuff online like the day she sent out the text message and the email about the sale, and I'm like, okay, cool. Hopefully I secured these shoes. I didn't know that they were just taking orders, and then whatever inventory they had left over is what they were going to ship out according to the way they shipped out orders. It turns out that's the way they run their inventory. I personally think that's a bad idea, because you have the situation in which I'm complaining about, where it's like they didn't have my size in the shoe, and then they still didn't send me all the shoes I paid them for. I paid them for six pairs of shoes. They only sent me 4. So I reached out to the person who reached out to me and told me that they you know, had sent me a different size than the one I had ordered because they had ran out of sizes. And then they were like, well, send that one back with the label we have, and I'll look into the other one. I haven't heard from them since, but you know, I told them that on a Saturday, so she was nice enough to respond, and I know a business day isn't gonna be till Monday, so I'm waiting to see what she says about Monday, and send her a screenshot of like where I ordered 6 pairs of shoes and how I only got 4 in the mail, because it's like, y'all still owe me 2 pairs of shoes while you telling me to return them in this 1 pair. It's like, I'm not gonna return 1 pair until you verify and confirm that, you know, I was supposed to get 6 and you only sent 4, and then you sent all of them in the wrong size. It's like, you still missing 2 pairs of shoes out of this box that I paid you for. So it's like, I'm finding this brand to be pretty unprofessional. You shouldn't be deciding size for other people after you don't have the proper size. You should have reached out and asked me. And then I don't know, so I'm really just not liking what I'm seeing from this brand, and I feel horrible because it's a black owned brand. But it's like, if you're not doing what you're supposed to do, sis, I'm talking about you as all like everybody else, okay? You need to be handling that better. Don't just decide for me what I want, or what you decide you want to give me after I give you money for what I want and you don't have it. Like, you need to ask if I'll take the alternative or if I want my money back, and not waste your time shipping, because now you got to go into your fund of that you have set up for having to return stuff to people and do stuff like this, because you simply just didn't ask me if I wanted it or not, when you could have just asked in the first place. So I'm not liking it. I don't see myself buying from this brand in the future, because I just found that really unprofessional. But you know, that's just a me thing. Y'all can tell me what you think, but I just wasn't really feeling that at all. Like, you need to ask me, just don't make decisions for me. I made the decision to spend my money with you, but that doesn't mean you get to make the decision to send whatever you feel like. You know, with Sephora, that's different, because it's like, it's just some samples, and that's something they're giving you for free, and they just give you alternative samples to whatever samples they have left over. But it's like, with this, I paid you for a particular size because that's the size I need. The size you're trying to send me as alternative might not suffice, because if y'all didn't know, I know y'all most likely didn't notice, I wear size 9.5. And I've complained in the past about people not wanting to make size 9.5, they only want to make 10. So it's like, I bought the shoes in a 10. They ran out of all the size 10, so they sent me a size 11. If I wear 9.5, what makes you think a size 11 shoe is going to fit me? Like, you done went up a whole extra size and a half. That's not going to fit. It's going to be too big, because I don't wear that size. And you don't make the size that I wear. So, anyway, I just put the shade Escapism on the lid. We're going to put on the shade 6 Sense now. And I like the way these colors flow together. I just thought it looked really nice on the lid. Plus, I feel like it'd be cool to see what different colors they're going to change and turn into throughout the day. Well, not throughout the day, because, you know, I'm not going to wear this look to work tomorrow. But now I'm going to take the Chrome shade Heaven and put it on the lid. So originally I had glitter glue on the brush when I did it to put it on my lid. So I'm just rubbing the glitter glue I have left over on here and trying to kind of get it to stick to my lid now, because I didn't put any new glitter glue on when I'm doing this. Maybe I should. The glitter glue is still open, so I might just do it real quick, because I'm feeling like it's not sticking the way the other side is sticking because I didn't do it. So sure, why not? Let's just go ahead and put some on real quick. It's not like it's gonna take that long. Yeah, I don't know. I've been having horrible customer service experiences lately, y'all. I feel like my girl Stephanie or Babs Beauty here on YouTube has been saying the same thing, because she said she had an issue with packages showing up late, and an issue with Sephora too. So I'm like, I'm glad to hear I'm not alone. I mean, I'm not happy that it's happened to either one of us, but it's like, you know how sometimes you feel like it's just your bad luck, and like, you know, you never getting the things that you need, and then you hear from other people and you're like, okay, so it's not just me, so you don't feel as bad, because you're like, at least it's not just a like me problem, and you feel like it's just like a woe is me situation. So it's like, in that regard, I'm like, well, thank God it's not just me, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not happy that's happened to either one of us, because it's like, I paid for stuff in time fashion, I'm not getting it now. And how y'all feeling about Sephora getting rid of the what's it, the 2-day shipping? They trying to make you like pay for it again now, even though you are Rouge. I'm like, if I'm Rouge, why should I have to like pay for this service? Like, I can understand them making you pay for the same day service, because that's like, you know, you just asking for a lot. Then you're like, I need it today, so you need to pay for it to be today. But it's like, as much money as people are spending with you to be Rouge, like, why should I have to, you know what I'm saying, pay for this now too? So I'm not liking that. And I'm hearing a lot of people are like, they just gonna start using Beautylist and say fuck Sephora, because Beautylist has the point system now apparently. I've never been a Beautylist person. Sorry, this is for Shade Heaven. I don't know if I said that. But like, I feel like I'm not really a Beautylist person. I mean, I know they have a lot of stuff that Sephora has. I hear a lot of people talking about them and their sales that they have and whatever. I'll look at their sales every now and again. I'm gonna go back in with 6 cents and try to like blend this with the other shade. And try to give it a more smooth look. I mean, I know it's not gonna be perfectly smooth because it's a chrome flake and it's supposed to be textured, but we're gonna do what we can, okay? Anyway, but like I was saying, like, I look at them when they have sales, but I don't just go out of my way to like look at Beautylist, you know. I'm just not a huge Beautylist person. I don't really care. I think I buy from there every once in a full moon, and that's when they have like really good deals on like luxury makeup. Otherwise, I don't really check for them at all. We're gonna take the shade, what is this? Atomic from AF94. This is Halsey's drugstore brand. Of her same brand, and just put that in the lower lash line. And I usually like draw it across here. That's what I did on the other side. So you know what you do to one side, do to the other side. So I'm just kind of drawing on there, and then we're going to use the water activated for the lower lash line, and then I'm going to put the shade Zen and Divinity in the inner corner, and that's how we're going to get this look that's finished. So let's do the inner corner first, and then I'll work on the lower lash line now and talk about this some more, about Sephora and how, you know, people have been talking about they not filling them. So let's start off with Zen. But yes, I've been reading a lot of people in the comment section of Trend Mood and stuff talking about how Sephora, or it might have been Makeup Craze. I honestly don't know, but I know a lot of people was talking about how they don't really want to mess with Sephora anymore, and they just gonna start buying from Beautylist, and that's it. And I'm like, I guess I get it, but the good thing to me about Sephora is Beautylist doesn't have standalone stores. So it's like, if I can get in the store that same day and all I have to do is go pick it up myself, to me, Sephora is more beneficial. However, the point system is trash. We all know that. Like, I like that they give you the gift card now for $100 or whatever. That did help them out a little bit, in my personal opinion, but it's like, that's only gonna go so far. For so long, I'm just taking the brush that I put the matte shade down and trying to dust kind of over where I put the chrome down in the front, and see if we can smooth that part out a little bit and just smooth out the shimmers overall. That's what I'm doing with this brush. Then I got my clean brush that I just used to dust all over everything, so we're going to use that now too. And now I'm going to water activate this liner and go on my lower lash line and talk some more about Sephora. So let me get my cute little spray and spray the crap out of this brush again before I dip into the shade. But yeah, so I don't know what the future holds for Sephora, but a lot of people keep complaining about them. So I'm like, they need to do something to fix that. Like, and I don't think them not letting people have their shipping for 2 days is a thing. Even though people have been saying they ain't been getting it in 2 days, a lot of people have. I mean, like, I feel them. I haven't feel like I've been getting it a lot in 2 days either. So I can understand them saying that, because it's like, I feel like it used to be, and then it's like, you know, it's just like whenever it gets to you now at this point type thing. And during sales, it's usually even worse, but I don't know. I mean, I'm still gonna ride with Sephora. I'm not jumping on the Beautylist train. But I told y'all why I'm not necessarily jumping on the Beautylist train, because it's like, I can go to Sephora myself and pick up this stuff the same day. At the end of the day, since I'm a smaller creator and have to like go get stuff immediately in order to get any attention on any videos for anything, obviously I would pick Sephora, because, you know, Beautylist is cute, and once you have a fan base built and you have like a lot of PR that you get, I can understand people that get that, or just general makeup consumers in general who don't have to rush to make videos with the latest thing that they order that they want, doing it that way, because it's like, you don't have to worry about what I have to worry about. I gotta worry about this video trying to go up in the time of fashion. That's how I was mad at this palette showed up late, because they shipped me the wrong thing. And then what I hate about Sephora is they'll ask you to send stuff back, and then like if you don't send it back within a certain amount of time, they be harassing you about it. But it's like, you wouldn't have to harass me about this product if you had simply sent me the product that I paid you for and asked for in the first place. So it's like, because I remember one time, like, I didn't have ink in my printer at home, and I had to wait till Friday to go to the library and print it out, the shipping labels or whatever, because I was like, you know, I Sorry, I didn't even put that because I'm like, I gotta go to work every day. I gotta take Adrian to school every day, and I'm not trying to get up at the crack of dawn and wait for the library to like open just to print it out because it opened at 9 and like Adrian goes to school like 8. So you know, I work at night. I'm not about to sit up for an hour to like do that. So I was like, you know, we're not doing that. I'm not doing that. No. So 2 days after, like, they had sent me the email and I hadn't printed it out, y'all, they mailed a shipping label to my house just to make sure I get the problem. Like I was robbing them of something. But it's like, I'm not robbing you of anything. All you had to do was mail me the right thing to begin with, and then we wouldn't be going through what we're doing right now. So I found that to be irritating, especially since I've heard other content creators saying like they'll call Sephora, tell Sephora that they made a mistake and sent them the wrong thing, and they'll let them keep it. But it's like every time you send me the wrong thing, mind you, you sent me the wrong thing. I didn't ask you for this thing. I paid you for what I wanted and what I want my day, and you sent the wrong thing. But then they'll always be asking me to send it back, and then harassing me about sending it back when I don't send it back and what they feel is a timely fashion. But it's like, you created this problem, but then you think you're gonna come over here and harass me, and it's like I wouldn't feel that either. So I'm just like, that's why I prefer to them have a lot of stuff in store, so that way I can just go pick it up myself and I ain't gotta worry about the incompetence of your employee not sending out stuff like they supposed to, or being in their feelings with you because you know you didn't do something they wanted, and you know they messing up my order because of some issue they might have with you, because people do that. So it's like that's not my fault, but you know, you sure want to harass me about some problem that you caused and I'm not feeling it. Like, I'm really just not. Anyway, let's back on up and talk about this palette now, girl. So, this is the finished eye look. I think it actually looks pretty cool. I just wanted to stick to some simple colors. I knew it wouldn't take long for me to make because it's like 1 in the morning, and you know, like, where are we really going with this look? We're going nowhere. We're going to the living room and then in the bathroom to wash our face off and going to bed. That's what we're doing. So I didn't feel the need to try to be all extra and whatnot, at least when it came to, you know, trying to use the blues and the purples and come up with a really intricate look. I'll do that another time when I have some time. This just ain't the time. But my thoughts overall on the palette, I like it for the most part. I'm not crazy about the center row when it comes to like the aqua activated ones. I feel like it takes a lot. Maybe I just need to actually use water instead of setting spray, and then maybe I'll see a difference. But I feel like I'll try these with a liner brush later on this week just so we can see how it goes, and maybe I can use one as a liner. I do have her chrome liners as well. I brought them over here though for the review of the Kaleidos palette because I want to see how they perform versus the Kaleidos ones. So we'll have to wait to see on those. But I like the palette. I like the quality of it. I will say, out of all the things in here, I don't like these aqua chromes and I don't like these glass metallics. Because like I said, they just seem like they're pressed glitters to me. And I'm not necessarily feeling that whole vibe. But the chromes actually in the middle I do like. And the velvet, what do they call it? The velvet chromes. I like those. So overall, I like the majority of the palette. If you don't like the ones in the middle that I was talking about, the aquas and the pressed chrome flakes that she has like in the jars, I would recommend that you get this smaller one here, because if I remember correctly, these are all the velvet ones, and I think there's only like one cream shade in here. Like this is the cream shade right here, Polaris, but everything else is just a simple velvet metallic to the best of my knowledge. Oh wait, no, I think this is one of those glass metallics as well. Yeah, this is one of, it feels like it. Well no, actually this feels like it might be a glass velvet metallic, like a hybrid of the two. So if you don't like what I described when it comes to the aquas and the flakes, I would say go with this smaller palette. If you do like those, I will say I do like the color story of this one more than I do of the original one that I saw. So I'm kind of glad I had this one over the first one, and I had the smaller one that I do have. So I guess it worked out for the best for me. If she does restock the bigger one though as a surprise during the holiday something, I will get it just to like, you know, comparing for the makeup collector in me. Plus I just love Danessa Myricks, and you know, she's like mother, like, you know, when she comes up with these palettes with all these fun chromes in them, she could just take my points. I do want to try a couple of these on the face since they say it's supposed to be a face palette too, and see how that works. So I might put some on the face and on the eye and just do a fun, like, you know, number for you all. Like I said down below, let me know if you want to see an eye swatch video of this, and I can go ahead and do eye swatches for it as well. But my first impression on the palette is I like it. I'm not in love with it. I don't like the middle row. It's my least favorite row. and it's just because of the aquas. Everything else in it is fine except for the glasses. So those are my thoughts. I would say pick it up during the Sephora sale. Don't rush out to get it now. I don't think it's gonna sell at this go around the way it did the last time. I have not checked. When I just checked for this video, it was still in stock. So maybe just wait till October when the sale comes. Just make sure it's in your cart immediately and buy on the first day if you're Rouge, and you should be fine, I figure. But those are my thoughts. So I hope you all enjoyed this video. Remember, you all are diamonds. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Be blessed, girl. Bye.